guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. In today's video we will be discussing Artfight, more specifically prepping for Artfight, which I will be doing this year and participating in. I am really excited to do this year because I only found out about Artfight last year from a YouTuber I can't quite remember the name of, but she released this video after Artfight had already happened, so I didn't get a chance to partake, and the video shown on the screen is me redrawing my first character for Artfight, which is Patricia the Pritt Stick, which is one of my OCs that I did from a funny series of me turning household items into characters. So you can see here I've used a posable model to begin with, which is something that Artfight seemed to be against, but then they updated their rules and said you could use it as long as you are using something that's free or not taking from anybody else, and every time you use it you don't use the same pose. At least that's what I've heard. So I think I'm in the clear with that one, but of course if you are also planning on using posable 3D models, please do check out the Artfight website for specific rules on what you are using your poses for. Anyway, for her colour scheme, I basically stuck to the original colour scheme as best I could. I just wanted to have her in a different pose so I could put that on my Artfight profile and have something else like on the profile itself, not just the main one image with her as a Pritt Stick. So if you don't know, if you live in the UK or America, Pritt Stick is red in Switzerland and white in the UK. So I sort of did a play on that and made her like a red character. Her story is kind of like she is a human, but she has supernatural abilities and basically gets stuck to everything. I'm not exactly sure her origins. As I say, it's just a fun little OC, and I like to play around with her hair being like really big, because I would imagine like the glue gets stuck in her hair, you know, because she's a glue stick. Anyway, for her outfit, I didn't change the overall outfit. I just slightly tweaked the colours because not all of them stayed consistent, and then I just made sure her skin colour was sort of like almost whitish like the accents, and then I put in a yellow background and she's all done. So for this next character, this is Nimona, and it sounds very much like Nimona, but I wanted to make her name different because I kept thinking of Nimona from that one film, but she didn't remind me of her at all, so I just went with that name, Nimona, Nimona. That's how I think it's spelled because I can make up my own spellings. So I'm using a posable reference again, and I do enlarge the heads because of course it is sort of like a cartoony drawing. She has yet another pose from the first one. That is what I've been going for when I've been changing up the drawings. I've been sort of playing around with the colour palettes and things like that. I tried to keep her as true to the original as possible, giving her a bit more of a realistic body, but sort of sticking to her sort of like siren-y look. She is a siren. She's been captured by like the mermaid prison, and she was eating their pets, their human pets. So obviously she has been put in jail. This image that I'm drawing here is her before she went to jail, and the one I'm referencing in the corner is also my art, and I drew that before while I was doing mermaid. So the accessories on her tail aren't actually like permanent things. She just puts them on there as she pleases. A lot of mermaids do this in her civilization that she lives in. So yeah, her colour scheme is pretty much the same as it was in the original. Few things I tweaked. I made her skin slightly like more purple leaning, because on the original it's more pink, but it comes across better digitally. I feel when it's sort of like purple, I did color drop a few colors when I could. I changed up her hair just slightly. And yeah, I think apart from that, everything is pretty true to the original. I gave her elongated fingers. She doesn't have any fingernails. She's a siren. So that is all for her character, I would say. When it comes to Artfight as a whole, what I'm most excited for is being able to draw other people's OCs and sort of like really explore doing this for the first year, as I haven't done this before, like I said. And as far as how consistent I want to be, I think I want to do about 5 to 10 drawings this month. It won't be my main focus, but I want to do 5 to 10 attacks. So hopefully I will be able to do that. I'm not sure if I'll do them digitally or on paper. I think it will really depend on the OC itself. I've already got around 11 OCs bookmarked before the challenge begins. Of course, I've not started drawing them. I've had a few like brainstorming sessions, but I haven't actually put pen to paper quite yet. So I'm just thinking about it in my head. I haven't thumbnailed. I kind of think that takes away from some of the fun of drawing the OCs. As far as how many points I think I will get, I'm not exactly sure because, as I said, this is my first year competing. But time-wise, the first drawing took me 1 hour and the second one took me 2 hours 15. So I think timing-wise for a full body, I'm pretty good, because sometimes they can take like multiple days, but digitally I think I'm pretty good timing wise. And then now we are going into my profile and what it looks like. I decided to pick team comedy this year for Artfight, as I got to choose because I was quite early and I signed up before the event started, so I got to choose my team. And I'm really liking how my sort of like page banner turned out. I will be putting that on my profile when I can. And for the last clip, that is just me working on the thumbnail of this video. Thank you so much for watching this speed draw all the way to the end of me going through my characters. I will see you guys in the next one, and hopefully I will be drawing through Artfight and can show you the characters as I go along. Thank you for watching. Bye!